Today we have.
Somebody got to turn something down.
Somebody got to turn something down?
What?
It was, but it's not because we can't hear nobody. Okay, so today, y'all, we got nephew here. Say hi, nephew.
Hi, nephew.
Say hi.
Hi.
Say my name is Sayer. Say my name is Sayer. You gotta say Sayer. Okay. And then who got the music playing? Hey, 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 hey.
Not who playing music. That ain't me.
Nobody knows who's playing music? Okay. And then we have Big Mama, but y'all can call her Lady.
So we had a Big Papa and this time we got a Big Mama.
No, we got Big Mama.
That was a joke.
Okay, and then
She the biggest.
Oh, what did he say? Okay, and then we got the mother, of course.
What up, y'all?
We got my auntie Rashida here, but
She'll come on in a few minutes.
in a minute.
She here in the
What up,
building.
though?
Just give her a minute.
Okay. And let's get into
The silent assassin.
Oh, okay.
That's what I am.
Okay.
The silent assassin.
She gonna be getting ready into the podcast in, y'all. Y'all won't
Don't do me, niece.
Y'all
Don't
won't
do
be
me.
seeing her into the end.
Don't do me, niece. Don't do me.
No, I know I'm not gonna take your stuff. You don't even got your headphones on.
You can't hear. You gotta put your headphones on.
Okay. So it's like I guess we're gonna have to ask Rashida some questions, even though y'all can't see her. Y'all can hear her though.
Yes.
So
Ask away.
But today, we are going to still be talking about this cancer, but what we're going to be talking about is the effects that it has on family members. Delandria Lady is Micaiah's oldest sister, and Rashida is Micaiah's aunt, but Rashida's mother also had cancer. She still has it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she has cancer. So that's what they two are here for, to speak on the effects of cancer and how they deal with it and how it affects them.
well, Miss still getting ready. We'll come back to you. We can actually Big Mama, since we can see her. What's the effects that it's been having on her?
I don't know. You have to ask me something specific so I can respond to it.
Okay.
I don't want to.
Okay, well, like, not necessarily completely just the effects that it has on you, but watching your sister go through it, the things that she deals with on a regular basis, you know what I'm saying, and sometimes how it makes you feel, you know what I'm saying, or the things that you feel like you need to do to try to help her feel better or have a better day, like, or encourage her, things like that.
Oh, well, I mean, there's a lot of different emotions. I'm sorry. I can hear him talking. It's a lot of different emotions that go into it. You know, I feel like as the oldest sister, I have like a lot of responsibility to just keep myself very stoic and not really show a lot of emotion in the situation, because I feel like as long as Micaiah is being positive and she is, you know, not that she doesn't show any emotion, but it's like she lets the situation happen. She lets it come over her a little bit. We deal with it right there in the moment, and then we go on about our day. So I feel like, you know, I'm always watching out for her and making sure that she has things. And who you say don't touch you? Don't tell nobody not to touch you. But yeah, so that's really what my thing is, because for me, I feel like, Sayer, nobody is touching you, hush. But I feel like no matter how the situation goes, whether it's positive or negative, I always want her to know that I was there. You know? So, yeah, that's really my take on the situation. And I try to be there every day, like I am. Like when she was going through radiation, it was like, all right, sister, I'm here. And I would be like, okay, you want me to take her? Because when she first started doing her chemo treatments and everything, I was the one that was taking her. And so, like...
Yeah, we was always on time.
But I took
caught that shade, but I needed it because it's hot.
Okay, that was it. But I took her to her radiation appointments and stuff like that. And so I would just be positive and be like, all right, sister, we can do this. And I'll be here when you get back, you know, and just whatever you need. So I would change my work schedule and anything like that to make sure that I could be back home when she got there. So if she needed anything, if she was hungry, anything, that I would be able to be there and take care of that.
Yes. And I appreciate it.
Oh.
Your goddaddy said, hey, son. And so he got something to say. Say hi, goddaddy.
Hi, Daddy.
Take the pacifier out.
Why he clapping his hands?
You trying to fight?
Yay.
On set, we are professionals. Now, when the camera's cut, it can be whatever you want it to be. Okay?
Hey, Dad.
Okay. Rashida, is you ready for your close-up?
No.
Girl, you
Y'all can hear me. That's all y'all need to do is hear.
But you look fine.
No, I don't want,
So you did all that to still not be.
Yeah, I'm sweating.
Okay, so
the
how was-
change? I can't do it. I just
Okay,
can't
so
do
how was it dealing with your going through the cancer journey with your mom, like from where it first started to like kind of where you guys are now?
Who? I remember when it happened on the onset of COVID. I was informed. I was in Texas at the time, so I think that really had a great impact on the way I had to process it because I was not here. They originally thought my mother had a stroke. Oddly enough, I had just posted her for her 70th birthday, and my mom was riding bikes and doing everything, and she had just turned 70, and everyone was like, your mother looks so good. Oh my God, she fat. What's her number? The next thing I know, I get a call. They believe that she had a stroke.
No music.
And at that point, I just kind of rushed because they said it didn't look good. So I just kind of rushed. I packed up everything. Again, it was COVID, so my daughter was homeschooled, so I had to bring her here. And I couldn't go to the hospital. And that was terrible. So it was just like, I don't know what's wrong with my mom. Then, fast forward, we find out she has cancer, and then we find out it's stage 4. And essentially they wanted to put her on hospice. Because it was like, well, we can give the chemo, but she's only got a couple of months. And I just was not in the mind frame to accept that diagnosis. And with the help of family, we kind of loved her back to health, but it was a very, very, very hard road. And the way it affected me is because I had to become an instant caregiver at a time where you really wasn't even allowed to touch a person. So it was a lot. I don't even know how to, it was a lot mentally on me.
Yeah, because it was like you was used to seeing your mom in a certain light.
Right, yeah.
And now you happen to be this person for her that you didn't. And it's different because, like you said, it was during COVID. You probably would have got somebody to do it because sometimes that stuff would have been hard, but you kind of had to do it yourself. So that does take a toll on one's mental.
Yeah, it does. It takes a toll. And so, it was, and this was a lot of other moving parts. It was, COVID just really put you in a different space that we weren't used to. So we had to be adaptive to that. And then the deal, like my mom has stage 4 cancer. And then having to just grow up in a lot of ways to make decisions on her care, basically on her life. And I remember though, so you have to stay strong, like Lady D said, just be stoic. I couldn't show really emotions to my mom because I wanted her to know that I believed that she would be healed, and she was. And to a certain extent. I mean, she still has cancer, but is in remission. She's still alive. Here it is, 2025. And a big part of that, it was a combination. It was radiation and diet.
So it was some specific things I know that you did to help aid with your mom, including her diet, but other things that you did that you used to help heal her.
Well, I mean, I'm a big proponent of love. So I think the main thing that I did to assist in the healing of my mom was love. I loved her to the fullest capacity. Yes, baby. Hey, oh, yeah, I got them on my head. I don't know what else you want me to do.
It's not your turn to talk.
TT baby. Anyway, so I'm sorry, what was the question?
No, like I know you did things, herbal things.
Oh, okay.
There were different things. You did things with her diet. So talk about the other things that you implemented in helping your mother heal with cancer.
So like I said, love, I just really tried to show up for her and be positive, and I think it helped that it was me, my daughter, my son, my nephew, her son, my brother, and my brother's aunt. My brother's aunt came in, my brother's father, and my brother is 50-some years old, almost about to be 60.
What does I say?
You said you was gonna behave yourself.
No, so herbal things, I'm gonna get to it. I mean, but nephew is really moving my train of thought.
Still in the spotlight.
Still in the spotlight. Nephew, do you have anything you want to say before I start?
We knew he was gonna be the star.
Of course.
We knew.
But what else? I made sure she ate really like clean. So remove sugar. I knew sugar was a big issue. No meat. She really didn't consume any meat, not even fish, nothing. A lot of raw vegetables, but I would just blend them. So she did smoothies daily. She would, when she didn't want to eat at all, she would eat drink Ensures. I hated them. I wouldn't give them to her, but
Yeah, because they full of sugar.
Yeah. So I guess that was a little sugar, but I tried to remove those. Ensure, protein powders, and Rick Simpson oil. Good old THC.
So which one was harder for you to watch, the chemo or the radiation?
You know how it is on TV. Like, that was my first experience with somebody. The radiation, I think, was the most, because that's what took her down till she became an invalid. She couldn't feed herself. She couldn't wipe herself. She couldn't do anything.
See, I can understand that, because when Micaiah first started chemo, it was like, you kind of gauge a person's the way that they feel by the way that they look. So Micaiah was still looking vibrant and stuff. Like, even though she had lost her hair and everything like that, she still, had weight on her and all of that stuff. So that in my mind was like, okay, this is working. This is doing what it needs to do. But then when she had to do radiation, and literally like the very first week, like she just broke down crying, and she was like, "Sister, I can't do this." And I remember we was just in the bathroom just hugging each other. I'm like, "Girl, you got this. Stop crying. Like, we can do this." But it was like that first week, radiation was like the worst thing to me.
Yeah.
Because it really opened my eyes to the fact that, like, this is really happening. Like, I know that with everything else, seeing the pills and everything like that, like, that it's still real. But that was the first time that I was like, wait a minute, hold on. This could really... this is how this stuff happens. Like,
this is really what it seems like takes a toll on the person, physically, mentally, emotionally, and I think that's when people give up, because it's like hard. You gotta fight for your life, and you gotta fight for your life, and
that was the thing, because she would be saying, "I can't do this, I can't do this," and she said that for 7 days straight. I remember the first week it was like she had a couple of days off for the weekend, and she was like, and it was crazy, because when she went back the second week, it was like, okay, it was a difference. Then she went back the third week, it was a difference. So because this had went on for 6 weeks, she was better like each week that she went. Like that first week though, And then going through the process, I don't know, did you tell them about how your skin changed colors and everything? Okay, so when she said, yeah, I'm not, this why I don't bring you no more. This why you stay at home. Because are you okay? Why are you doing this?
Nephew.
But when her forehead changed colors and everything like that, and then she lost her hair, she would just sit and pick at it, and it was just driving me crazy. I'm like, sister, just leave it alone. But then it just fell out, and then she just she struggled really bad with the discoloration of her skin and everything like that. And so I just kept telling her, like, sister, it's gonna get better. Like, I always try to remain positive in the situation and speak positivity to the situation, because she has every right to be negative. She has every right to look in the mirror and see imperfections that we don't see and to call them out. So who am I to tell her that this is not going on, or this is not what she's seeing? Because when I look in the mirror, I see certain things that another person might not see. So she's seeing all of this stuff up close and personal, and she's feeling it and she's voicing it. And so I have to, allow her to have that moment, but not stay in that moment. So I'm still trying to be positive and think of things like, oh, sister, we can put some aloe vera on it. We can do this, we can do that, And then once it started to come back, I'm like, look, sister, your light skin in the middle of your head is coming back.
Y'all, let's actually welcome Rashida.
Yeah.
Let's welcome Rashida. Yeah.
Nice of you to join us. Put a face to the name.
Yeah.
You don't need to look at me. It ain't about me. It's about you.
Amen.
This is about us.
Because I've kind of, throughout this situation, I've been sharing with y'all, like, my feelings and how it, affects me. Like, so, like, yesterday, I didn't have the best mental day yesterday. Mm-hmm. And part of it was because, like, I was up and I was kind of discussing her and my own situations. And I was just like, I prided myself, like, at a point in time, like, on being able to be there for my children and be able to help, So through my car accident, like, my finances have been up and down, up and down, up and down. And right now they're down, 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 down. So it's hard also because she does get some money from Social Security, but of course she's not that old, so she hasn't put that much into it, so she doesn't get that much. So it's like when problems come up and I can't financially assist, it's like, it's funny because when I go to the doctor, a lot of times they ask me all these different questions, different doctors I go to, and they ask about my mental health at that time. And some of the questions, like one of the questions be, do you feel like a failure? Mm-hmm. And I always answer that question, no, because I know that this is not happening to me because I failed to do something. It's happening to me because somebody failed to stop and not hit me. Mm-hmm. So I didn't feel like a failure. But the other day, me and Micaiah went to a viewing, and we sitting there, and she like, Mom, I'm hungry. And she like, well, what are we gonna eat? And so I'm like jokingly like, well, with my bank account and my savings account is set up, neither one of them is doing absolutely anything. So she was like, oh, it's okay. I knew I was gonna have to buy our food. Now, she didn't say it like to hurt my feelings, but think about it as a parent. I felt so low. Like, I felt like a failure in a sense because she has to buy my food. And then we going grocery shopping, grabbing a few things. And me and a lady, we were going to go. And I said, well, to Sam's Club and things. I said, we're going to have to go in your truck. And she was like, no, we can go in your truck. I'm like, well, you have to put some gas in there then because I don't have it. So this has been hard for me, not being able to step up with her, like, financially. I can be there emotionally, physically, and everything like that. And I have assisted her financially, like, when I could. And I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was like, well, this is the first time you've probably been here. I said, no, it's not the first time, because I've actually been homeless. I was homeless, and I was actually homeless more than once. But I was homeless some years ago, and I didn't have a car. And I used to work at Ford, so I was still getting stuff from A's, so I had committed welfare fraud.
Oh,
and they took, it wasn't on purpose, but so the thing is, they'll have you be able to receive benefits, but won't give them to you because that means that's your repayment. So I couldn't get the food stamps and things like that, and then I had gotten a job, I think in the school system or whatever with buses or something I was going to be doing. And by me being homeless, I had my clothes and some things at a cousin of mine's house. I go to my cousin's house the night before I'm supposed to start, and I'm running down her steps kind of sideways. So going up, I was always double jointed. So I didn't fall, but by me going down sideways, like it was easy at times for my bones to pop out of socket. So I completely dislocated my ankle and had to just sit myself down. So now I'm homeless. I don't have a car. I don't have no finances. And now I have a broken ankle. So, but I knew that was temporary. And I arose from that. But I told myself I was going to put myself in a position where I would never have to go through that again. So, and I did that. Like I went to nail school. And I started making like really good money. And if y'all know, like hairstylists, makeup artists, nail techs, we the legal like type of drug dealers. We make money that day, same day, sometimes $400, $500, $1,000 plus or whatever that day. So, and I would save, and I would have rainy day funds. And at times, like I felt like my rainy day fund had to, my cushion had to be a good $10,000. So I'm used to having like thousands of dollars to sit somewhere in case emergencies came up, because I was that super parent. I wasn't the father. I was just a single parent, but I was a super parent because I did everything. So let's fast forward now where I don't have these things now, and it hurts me, you know. And one of the main things they say for her is or anybody in her situation is to not stress. Mm-hmm. And we know finances is one of the biggest stresses almost you can have. She already sick. Well, healing. I'm not gonna call her sick. She's already in the process of forcing a healing upon herself. But the finances and things that her worrying about things getting paid, I just really didn't want that for her. So that's like very, very hard for me as her parent on that end to not be able to come through every time for her, and she's having to come through at times for me financially. Actually, the both of them. Actually, all three of them, to be honest, you know. But you know, time's gonna come where that's not gonna be.
I think that to me, that's one of those things where you have to like really understand the meaning of family and how important it is that you have family. Because some people, you know, it's so easy for you to fall out with your family and be like, oh, I'm never messing with this person again. But then when you get down on your luck and you don't have anything, you don't have nobody to turn to, and you really destitute, I just can't imagine not having a single person. You know what I mean? So I feel like I don't even think about that kind of stuff. Like when I help or give money or anything like that, it just doesn't even resonate in my mind that I'm doing something that I shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying? Or that I'm gonna, you know, a couple weeks down the line, I'm gonna need this back. You know, I just don't even think about it like that. But I think that that's what this whole situation is. It's, you know, for us to understand how much of a family we need to be with one another. And I feel like, you know, that's a part of her being sick. And that's what, you know, that thing kind of brought us all together. I feel like that. I feel like it kind of allowed us to be relying on each other and it not be a bad thing. And know that we can rely on each other.
Yeah, it has strengthened us as a family. It has made us closer as a family, like a unit, and things like that. And it's unfortunate that had to be what brought us closer as a family. But sometimes out of tragedy, which is not really a tragedy, but it brings like closeness and communication, and it brings a love, you know, to a family, that we want to love on each other now. We want to care for each other now and be there for each other now, you know. So it has been a good thing in that aspect. And the thing of it is too, sometimes you get back what you put out. So I've always been a giver. I've always been a helper. I'm that friend. You don't have to necessarily ask me, because I know like adults, a lot of times it's hard for us as adults to ask for help. And what's crazy is I'm one of them people that it's so hard for me to ask for help. But I feel like God has been covering me and blessing me and keeping me throughout this almost 3.5 year journey that I've been on with this car accident, because selflessly I give and I, aid people. And if everybody's not telling you their story, what's going on with them, for them to ask you. But I'm that person. If you telling me what's going on with you, you don't have to ask me, because what I can do, I'm gonna automatically, if I can give you the ride, I'm gonna give you a ride. If I can give you some money, if I'm gonna bring you some food, put some food in your house or something, exactly what I can do for you is what I'm automatically gonna offer to do for you. So that's why I feel like I've had people contribute to me at times and, give me money or whatever it is, encouragement words or whatever, or let me take you out to eat, because of how I give to people. And I thank God for that, because God has really been keeping me.
No, it ain't no duck. And this is why.
Well,
Sayer.
we already knew this podcast was going to be a little interesting. Come on.
Sayer.
He going to
So
school
how much-
September the 2nd.
How close did you and your TT? How close? Sayer, I'm talking to you. Do you hear me?
No.
Do you hear me?
No.
You do hear me.
Do you want to fight? What you want to do?
Say, because he loves his TTs.
Yes. He is a big TT
I love
boy.
you. Thank you.
Yay! But yeah, even back to the whole radiation thing. Like, I thought I was doing better from the radiation, and not to say that I'm still not doing better from radiation, but it just seemed like in recent events I have went to throwing up every day. I don't care what time of day it is, what I'm doing, whether I eat or don't eat. Sister, please.
Jesus Christ.
At some point, I eventually have to throw up, to the point that I had complained to my doctor and them. And I'm getting more fatigued, more tired, shortness of breath, to the point that they had to call me in because I keep complaining. So they had me come in for an emergency appointment to take my blood work and stuff like that. And then they had put me on some liquids because they you're probably dehydrated. And I literally slept the whole day yesterday. I kept going to sleep, waking up, and that didn't do, every time I woke back up, I just never felt well rested. So I don't know what's going on, but the tiredness and the fatigue is taking over me. And I'm actually ready to stop throwing up. Now, I did not throw up today, and I'm going to say yeah, because I don't want to jinx myself. But it hasn't happened yet. But typically, it happens in the morning, maybe once or twice in the afternoon, and maybe another time at night. So it do get a little overwhelming. And sometimes I'm not even throwing up nothing but the lining of my stomach. So it just be and I literally will keep choking and gagging until something comes up. It's never a time where it's okay, they came up, let's move on. No, I'm gonna sit there until the line of my stomach comes up, which is overwhelming.
Well, we're gonna pray, because typically by this time she has vomited quite a few times throughout the day. So we're gonna pray that today continues on. But they also said that she's right, and plus they also told her she needs to eat something every couple hours. But
I was doing it and it still wasn't working. Even how we had to end the show 15 minutes early last time because I had to throw up.
It's okay. It's gonna clear up. And see, it's doing better today. Even today.
Yeah.
And I didn't even eat today. She's been to the bathroom for maybe 5 times by now. Or upon waking up.
So you almost just failed.
So.
Oh, no.
He's talking about, oh my God.
Okay, calm down. Calm down,
please.
Killer.
Relax.
He doing the most.
Today, isn't he?
He is showing.
They get to see you.
Showing
They
out.
getting to see you today in rare form. People don't get to be seeing all this all the time.
Because I stay at home. Because ain't no way I'm getting beat up every day.
Yeah, because he
No.
You better not.
You better stop.
It's constantly, don't touch me. Stop touching me. Don't block me.
they be surprised he talked so good, because we was out the other day. We was out for a long time, and he was like, I'm ready to go home. Clear as day. So I start packing our stuff up and everything, and then he just told somebody else. So my friend nephew come bring him. He was like, he just said he was ready to go home. I said, I already know, but I guess I'm not moving fast enough for him.
It wasn't. It was not. So, Rashida, how's your mom doing now?
She's doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, age has gotten to her as well. She unfortunately, she got so good that she would no longer need to be in hospice. She no longer needed any kind of medical care or anything, so she went back home. She was able to take care of herself, live on her own. But she was crossing, she lived off a telegraph, so she was crossing the street, going to the store, and she got hit by a car. And that is really what put her back in a kind of like invalid state.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So there was some type of a brain trauma, and I don't know what happened, but she lost vision in her, so she's blind. But you know,
Oh wow.
it's a lot.
I'm gonna tell you, being a caregiver is like nothing I've ever seen before in my life. And I went through it before with my grandfather, but it's something different going on with my mom. So that is like a totally different thing. But then I'm also there for Micaiah as much as I can be. And it takes a toll on you because like I have to because I have a 20-year-old. And you know, I take her to work and you know, just do all the like little motherly things for her. And I remember when I told her that I was pregnant with her brother, she was like, I know you're lying. Because it had been us. She was like, I'm about to turn 18 and you mean to tell me you finna have another baby. Are you crazy? And so I, you know, just was trying to reassure her like nothing is gonna change. And when I had him, nothing did change. But then once my sister got sick and then my grandmother got sick, and I had to, you know, be a caregiver for my grandmother. And, you know, and I tell her, I'm like, you know, Booty, I know that it feels like I'm not there for you as much as I should be, but I don't ever want you to think that I'm forgetting about you or that you in the back of my mind. It's just that, you know, I have to be there for Granny. She needs me. And I have to be there for your auntie too. She needs me too because it's days that, you know, she's out of breath. She don't want to do nothing. She just want to lay around. And I have to give her, you know, the space to be able to do that or just give her the comfort because it's so many things. It's like, you know, I had to get used to, because I'm a clean person. I'm like a germaphobe. I don't like nobody laying in my bed with outside clothes on and this, that, and the third. But it's like I don't never say anything to her about laying in my bed with outside clothes on because I just can't even imagine. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I just wash my sheets more often. Like I have to come to grips with certain things inside myself. Just, you know, understanding what my role is and being like, if it was me, I would want somebody to have that same care and concern for me. So, you know, the amount of, what's the word I'm looking for? Just you have to remove yourself from the situation and you have to fully focus on the other person when you are being a caregiver. You know, like making sure that she, like with me, making sure that she get to her appointments on time and things like that. Just because I know that it stresses her out when she's not on time. And so I don't want to bring unnecessary stress in the trauma that I'm finna bring to you. Oh my God, I can't. Lord Jesus, this is why we don't go nowhere. This is exactly why.
Well, me and him be good. We be rolling.
And maybe if I wasn't here, he probably would be fine.
You know how kids are when their parents around. They actually act worse.
Cause what? This is insane.
I actually didn't expect nothing less.
Really? Wow. I mean, he does not disappoint.
The surprise would have
See, you
been.
finna be on the floor.
The surprise would have been if he would have behaved himself. Not you outdoing yourself.
Look.
Yeah, so it was like, welcome to the WTF. This is Sayeer's show.
Ooh, he just threw himself on the floor.
Boy,
What is wrong with you?
you got a lot going on.
Oh, Lord.
No.
You going to school. He going to school September 2nd. I can't wait.
Oh, the day after your birthday.
The day after his birthday, he going
Happy
to school.
birthday to
There's
you.
no way. This little boy is too smart. He's too smart to not be in school. He's going on the 2nd. And I can't wait. I'm having a party September 2nd.
No.
So the first and the second.
No, I'm having a party on the 2nd from 8 to 4. 8 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock. Party time. Meet me at the party.
Why do you have so much going on about these headphones? Okay, well, nephew,
You got anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
Huh?
You got something else you want to say before we wrap it up?
Yeah.
What
Say
you
I
got?
love you.
I got you.
You're my favorite. Hey, say my TT. Don't put that in your mouth. Say I love you, TT.
No.
See, that's your problem.
Okay, well,
Okay, give him back to him.
this is WTF. We can survive with the journey of Micaiah because together we can just survive anything. And we're out.
Oh.
Have a good day, y'all.
No.